This is Chris Videos. Like, subscribe to Team W Wrestling on YouTube, subscribe to my other channel, Word of Chris, and subscribe to this channel, Chris Videos, and follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and both my TikToks. It'll all be down there in the description box. And I am here to do my WWE Friday Night SmackDown January 13th, 2023 reviews. So here we go, discussing about Friday Night SmackDown. It's Friday the 13th, by the way. So, yeah, we kick off with the first match of the night, actually. It was the Intercontinental Champion, Gunther, with Ludwig Kaiser and Giovanni Vinci Imperium at ringside, versus Braun Strowman one-on-one for the Intercontinental Championship. Now, this match, it was a pretty good match. Pretty good match to kick off the show and everything. Strowman's going into this match, on storyline at least, injured with the shoulder and stuff. So, a lot of times in this match, Gunther was going after the shoulders and stuff like that. He was laying in some chops and all that stuff. There was some points that Strowman almost picked up the win. At one point, Strowman goes to the corner, and then all of a sudden, that's when Giovanni Vinci and Ludwig Kaiser kept on trying to interfere, and Strowman just knocked both of them off the apron, beating them down and stuff. Gunther comes up, but Strowman picks him up, hitting the power slam onto him, and then he pins him 1, 2, Gunther barely kicking out at 2. Both of them still going at it and everything. Gunther at one point hit a vicious clothesline onto Strowman. He pinned him, but Strowman barely kicked out at 2. But then Gunther didn't know what else to do, so he climbs up the top turnbuckle. Looks like he was about to hit that splash or whatever, but then Braun Strowman comes up, punching him and stuff. He climbs up there as well with him. Looks like he was about to hit a superplex onto him, and Gunther starts fighting out of it. He gets onto the apron, laying in some chops to the chest onto Strowman, grabs his arm, slams onto the ring post and everything, and then he gets back into the ring, goes underneath him, picking him up for the power bomb, and then he pinned him for the 1, 2, 3. So yeah, the Intercontinental Champion Gunther defeated Braun Strowman tonight to retain the Intercontinental Championship. So yeah, that's what happened. Pretty good match to kick off the show. I give that match 3.5 stars. That's why I'll give it. Pretty good way to kick off the show. But there's still many more stuff to come later on tonight on SmackDown. So yeah, but after the match and everything, we get to the next segment where we see Sami Zayn walking up to the Bloodline's locker room, and he knocks on, and Paul Heyman comes out, and Sami Zayn was telling Paul Heyman that he wants to go into the locker room to go talk some strategy with the Usos and stuff. But Paul Heyman breaks it down to him, telling Sami that the Usos and Solo Sikoa and Roman Reigns ain't there tonight. So he says he's the only one that's there tonight. And Sami Zayn was like, oh, they told me that it was going to be here or whatever. And Paul Heyman tells him, he goes like, well, Roman said to them, don't be helping you, because he said he wants to show you some love and show you some respect that you could go out there and beat Kevin Owens by yourself. And of course, Sami looks concerned and all that stuff, because he was going to get the Usos and Solo to help him out, but it looks like that ain't going to be the case. And Sami tells Paul to text Roman or call him to tell him that he's going to beat Kevin Owens tonight. So yeah, that's what he said. But yep, later on tonight in the main event, it will be Sami Zayn versus Kevin Owens for the 10,000th time tonight on SmackDown. So yeah, that match is still to come later on tonight for SmackDown. I don't know what else that's going to be happening, but there'll be more stuff. So yeah, I'll see you guys later until the next thing that happens on Friday Night SmackDown. See you guys later until then. So the next thing that happened on Friday Night SmackDown, we had Rey Mysterio make his way out there to the ring, and he starts talking about the holidays and stuff. So he said he was supposed to have a good time with his family and all that for Christmas and all that stuff. But then his son Dominic wants to come up and ruin his holiday with him. So yeah, he was talking about the situation with Dominic, and he went to jail and all that stuff. But then he said that Dominic now came out of jail, and now he's acting like he's a thug around here, and he's just disappointed, you know. So yeah, that's what Ray was talking about, but he says that he's going to do bigger and better things now, and put that aside and enter into the Royal Rumble match and win the Rumble again. So yeah, that's what Ray was talking about, but then he gets interrupted by Karrion Kross. Karrion Kross comes out there with Scarlett, and Kross starts talking to Ray. Talking about, you're a great one. You won the Rumble 17 years ago. The fans starts cheering and stuff, but then he goes like, that was 17 years ago, okay? He's old now, and all that. With your old, broken down ass body and all that stuff, you ain't gonna win the Rumble this year. And you know what? Your son, I don't blame your son for being disappointed in you, because I wouldn't want to be like you either and stuff like that. So yeah, Karrion Kross was just laying in on Ray, and then Ray just had enough. Starts attacking Karrion Kross, brawling with him. Kross actually locked on the bear hug onto him, but Ray finally fought out of that bear hug, knocks him onto the second rope, about to hit the 619. He runs to the ropes until Scarlett grabs his foot and stuff. Ray was distracted by that, and then Karrion Kross locks on the cross jacket onto Ray, making him pass out. And Scarlett was holding up that card with the Rey Mysterio on it. So yeah, that's what happened there. Pretty good segment with the feud and stuff. So yeah, pretty good stuff. But then after that, we see Liv Morgan, Emma, and Maxine Dupree backstage, and it was telling Liv that she's crazy for entering number one because she don't got no chance of winning and all that stuff. And Liv was talking about how everybody's going to watch her and stuff winning this match. And then Raquel Rodriguez come up talking about, Liv, they are right with your size and all that stuff. You shouldn't be entering in number one. You should probably try entering last and stuff with your size and stuff like that. And then Liv took that as disrespect that she says, oh, look at, you see what's going on with my palm? And then slaps the hell out of Raquel and challenges her for a match. And Raquel looks at her and says, I'm tired of the disrespect for people that keeps on forgetting that I'm the strongest and all that stuff, and I accept your match. So yeah, later on tonight, Liv Morgan versus Raquel Rodriguez, one-on-one later on tonight. But then after that, we see Xia Li make her way down to the ring because up next, she'll be having a match against Tegan Nox. So yeah, that match will be happening up next. So yeah, I will see you guys later. Until then. So the next thing that happened on Friday Night SmackDown, it was a one-on-one match. It was Tegan Nox versus Xia Li one-on-one, and it was an okay match. It was going back and forth and everything. Xia Li was dominating the majority of this match, beating down Tegan Nox, hitting some suplexes and stuff onto her, up until Xia Li was trying to hit her finish move, that spinning roundhouse kick onto Tegan Nox, but Tegan Nox moved out of the way, and Xia Li smacked the mat. And then Tegan Nox hit the shiniest wizard onto her, pinning her for the 1, 2, 3. So yeah, Tegan Nox defeated Xia Li tonight on SmackDown. That's what happened. I'll give that match 2 stars. That's what I'll give it. It was okay. So yeah, that's what happened there. But then, after that, we see a video package from what happened last week after SmackDown went off the show. So after the show, we seen that the Viking Raiders actually attacked Drew McIntyre and Sheamus and beating them down and laid them out. So yeah, that's what the Viking Raiders did to him last week on SmackDown. And then after that, we see Drew McIntyre and Sheamus backstage talking to Adam Pearce. Drew McIntyre wants to face the Viking Raiders because of what happened. Sheamus was like, no, I want to face the Usos for the tag titles and stuff. And they was going at it, arguing a little bit, slapping each other on the chest. And then Adam Pearce was like, here, I got a solution. Next week on SmackDown, we got a tag team tournament. Winner of that tournament will be taking on the Usos for the tag titles. Sheamus was down for that, and Drew McIntyre was like, well, what's up with the Viking Raiders? Adam Pearce said, y'all are in the tag team tournament, and next week, y'all be in the first round taking on the Viking Raiders. So yeah, it looks like next week we got that match underway. So yeah, I will see you guys later until the next thing that happens on SmackDown. See you guys later until then. So the next thing that happened on Friday Night SmackDown, now we have Bray Wyatt make his way down to the ring, and he starts, he got a rocking chair in the middle of the ring, he sits down in it, and then he starts talking about how he is the eater of worlds, how he is Uncle Howdy, it's all in his head and all that stuff, he is Bray Wyatt. So yeah, that's what he was saying, and he says that LA Knight don't understand anything, and that he's going to have to beat him at the Royal Rumble and all that stuff. So yeah, that's what Bray Wyatt was saying. It was a pretty good promo from Bray. But yeah, he was saying that he's Uncle Howdy and all that stuff. But we will see what's going to happen though. For sure, what else will happen. And then we got the old Bray Wyatt thing where it's like when he cuts out for like the rest of the night or whatever, that with all those images of him and stuff. So yeah, like how we got the Eater World's Bray Wyatt back in the day. So yeah, same thing. That's what we got there. But then after that, we see Kevin Owens get interviewed, and Sami Zayn come up, and he starts talking to Owens, talking about like why do you gotta keep on coming up, trying to ruin everything that I try to do. You try to ruin my family and all that stuff with the bloodline and everything else. I'm tired of it. I'm gonna beat you tonight and all that. So yeah, that's what Sami Zayn said to Kevin Owens. Pretty good stuff. But up next, we're going to be seeing Liv Morgan versus Raquel Rodriguez one-on-one up next on SmackDown. So yeah, I'll see you guys later. Until then. So the next thing that happened on Friday Night SmackDown, it was a one-on-one match. It was Liv Morgan versus Raquel Rodriguez one-on-one. But before I talk about that match, we got to talk about another segment from backstage. Now we see the Intercontinental Champion Gunther. He's with Ludwig Kaiser and Giovanni Vinci Imperium backstage in a doctor's room. He's just getting checked out and everything because of his match against Braun Strowman tonight. And he tells everybody that he is going to enter into the Royal Rumble match and win the whole thing and can go main event WrestleMania. So yeah, that's what Gunther said. So he's entering into the match. And then we get the match. Raquel Rodriguez versus Liv Morgan. And it was a okay match. At one point, both of them kept on throwing each other over the top rope like it's the Royal Rumble match. And at one point, we see Liv taking out Raquel. She brings out a table, puts Raquel onto it, climbs up the top turnbuckle, about to hit the senton onto her through the table. But Raquel quickly rolled off the table, gets back into the ring. Liv Morgan jumps off the top turnbuckle with a crossbody, but Raquel blocks it, pretty much literally throws her down. And then she picks up Liv Morgan, hitting the Tejada bomb onto her, pinning her for the 1, 2, 3. So yeah, Raquel Rodriguez defeated Liv Morgan tonight on SmackDown. That's what happened. For that match, I'll give it 2 stars. That's what I'll give it. It was an okay match. So yeah, that's what happened there. And then after that, we see Sonya Deville come up to Adam Pearce, talking to him, talking about how she wants a rematch against Charlotte Flair for the SmackDown Women's Championship. Adam Pearce was like, well, you better go ahead and win the Royal Rumble match. And Sonya Deville was like, no, I'll find other ways. I always get my way. So yeah, to get that rematch. So yeah, that's what Sonya Deville told Adam Pearce. But still to come later on tonight on SmackDown, we will get Kevin Owens versus Sami Zayn one-on-one in the main event. So yeah, I'll see you guys later. Until then. So the next thing that happened on Friday Night SmackDown, before I get to the main event, we got to talk about a few things. Now, we've seen Sonya Deville and Charlotte Flair brawling backstage, going at it. Charlotte beats down Sonya. The referee comes up, pulling her off of her, and then a bunch of security guards and stuff like that, just pulling them apart. Charlotte stops. Sonya Deville kept on attacking her, and then Charlotte grabs her and throws her over this, this crate, and then she goes like, all right, I'm done and all that stuff. I'm trying to stop, but she won't stop at all. And then all of a sudden, Sonya Deville jumps up behind her, attacking her again. They're just going at it. So yeah, that's what happened there. But yep. And then after that, we see another part with Cody Rhodes' part, like his stories or whatever about the injury and stuff. So yeah, that's what's been going on as well. But then we get to the main event. It was Kevin Owens versus Sami Zayn one-on-one, and it was a pretty good match, going back and forth and everything. At the ending of this match, we've seen both of them on the top turnbuckle. Kevin Owens hits that fisherman suplex off the top turnbuckle to Sami Zayn. Both of them gets on their knees, just going at it, laying in some rights and stuff like that. Just keep on going at it, brawling and stuff. Sami Zayn, ducks underneath the clothesline, grabs him with a half Nelson suplex, hits it onto Kevin. Kevin literally immediately jumps back up to his feet, and then he gets hit with a second one again. Sami Zayn goes to the corner, about to hit the Helluva kick onto him, up until we've seen the Usos come up attacking Kevin Owens, causing a disqualification. So yeah, Kevin Owens defeated Sami Zayn by disqualification, and Solo Sikoa was in there, all three of them just beating down Kevin Owens. They hit the 1D onto Owens as well, laying him out. They throw him outside the ring. Sami Zayn's just shocked about it, And then Owens was trying to fight back and everything, throwing Jey Uso into the barricade and stuff. But then Solo Sikoa hits a Samoan spike onto him, hitting him with a super kick again. And then hits a second Samoan spike onto him again, laying him on the announce table. And then it was like, Sammy, you did good and all that stuff. And then after that, we see Solo on the barricade. He runs and jumps off the barricade, hitting the Uso splash onto Kevin Owens through the announce table. So yeah, that's what happened there, and Owens got laid out. So yeah, for that match, I'll give it 3 stars. That's why I'll give it. I hate when matches ends in DQs, but I'm okay with it, with this one or whatever. So yeah, match of the night though, the Intercontinental Championship match, Gunther versus Braun Strowman. That was a pretty good match. But yeah, next week on SmackDown, they got a contract signing with Roman Reigns and Kevin Owens, and many more stuff. So yeah, subscribe to Team W Wrestling on YouTube. Subscribe to my other YouTube channel, Word of Chris, and subscribe to this channel, Chris Videos, and follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and both of my TikToks. I'll be down there in the description box. For tonight's Friday Night SmackDown, I'll give it 7.5 stars. That's what I'll give it. It was an okay episode of SmackDown. So yeah, I'll see you guys later for this Monday's Monday Night Raw reviews. See you guys later. Until then.